Hello, hello. Melissa May Dillon here, your insurance exam queen. We are live in two places. So I am live here on Facebook down here, and then YouTube. Hello. We are live there. Yes, there are platforms where I could stream to both places by looking at one camera. Do I have the technology to figure that out, or the time, or the patience? No, I tried. I tried once, StreamYard. Didn't work for me. But anyway, I wanted to come on because it's been a hot minute since I have been live with you all. And if you notice, my background is a little bit different, but I am so freaking stoked because I now have a office, like a separate office that's not in my house, that's not in a bedroom in my house, that is all mine. And it's in this beautiful downtown area. And I'm currently sitting in the kitchen of the office, while the rest of the office has been painted, of course, bright pink, right? And then flooring is being put in. So once the flooring is completely done, the painting is done. It is so freaking beautiful. Oh my God, it is so beautiful. Once the flooring is done, I'll get my desk and I'll move it out of the office and it'll be moved into the beautiful pink room. And you guys will see the beautiful pink background. But I'm super stoked to have a physical classroom. This place is big enough that we have like an area that's going to be for the classroom, an area for my desk where I'm going to record videos, and then the kitchen back here. And then I even have a small space for a kid's playroom, which I'm super stoked about. So I'm really, really excited for what is happening in the business. And I've been a little undercover because we have been working super hard on becoming state approved and doing all the things that we need to do to make that happen. I still don't have a timeline because I'm like, it just keeps getting better and better what we're doing to be able to help people pass the exam, be the one and done solution, not just have the best videos on the planet to help you pass, but also have the best course, the best pre-licensing course. Danielle, it's so good to see you. I think it's been a hot minute. Mary's on here. Hello, Mary. Shelly, Frank, hello. I am glad you guys are here. Shannon, they're on the Facebook. And then on the YouTube, I've got 9 people, but I can't see your names. So if you want me to shout you out, say, drop something in the comment. I don't see you guys in the comment. So while I am here, let me turn this down in case this is, hi, Brittany. While I am here, I am happy to answer some questions. I will need to dip out at some point before the post office closes because I need to mail off a package to my incredible, beautiful older daughter. I want to make sure that I do that on time. But other than that, I feel like I've done enough that I need to accomplish in the office today. It is so amazing having my own beautiful, amazing space away from my house. I love having quick access to my daughter and being right there when my baby needs me. I really do. But also, Mama loves having her own private space away from the house where no one can distract me, although they do come into the office all the time. David likes coming in here to sit and hang out. And it's going to be even more beautiful. It's going to be so cool. Like I have this beautiful design that I'm going to make. The front room is going to be like a classroom, but I'm going to make it like a living room where you can sit comfortably and have a good time and just hang out. And I want to do like community events and all kinds of things, paint nights and mom nights. And it's going to be super freaking cool. I'm so excited. And everything is just happening so incredibly at this amazing space. There's so many beautiful and amazing things happening in my life as well. This morning, I got my first buck ever. So if you guys, if you have watched enough of my videos, you might know that I love living in the middle of nowhere in Illinois on farm and country land, and that we like to hunt for our deer meat. David is our hunter. He goes out and gets all of our deer meat, and we have freezers just packed of deer meat. If we're eating meat, it's deer. I love having that organic, fresh meat available for us. And I went out hunting today and I got my first buck and it was amazing. It was in my own backyard. We were in a deer blind and he just came running along and boom, I got him. It was incredible. Massive blood trail. And it was snowy. I had a feeling like, and hunting is also like very important to me. Like it's a connection to my grandpa who's passed away. And I was one of the only grandchildren of his that went hunting with him. And it was such a big thing for him to go hunting. And so to be able to get my first buck today on my own land, it was just so freaking cool. And it just helped me feel really connected to him. And he passed away a few years ago. In fact, him passing away really set off the trigger to becoming the insurance exam queen, because I'm like, life has to be different. I can't keep doing what I'm doing. Like at some point I'm going to die, and I'd rather live a life that I love than a life that I don't love. And it really set off this huge wave of like changes in my life that led to becoming the insurance exam queen. And that stemmed from my grandpa, passing away. And he lived a long, beautiful life. He was 84. And so, he was with me today. I just had a feeling that like I was going to get the buck in the snow, and it just had snowed fresh. So we had like a bunch of snow a while ago, like a few weeks ago. It snowed like hardcore, and it just completely melted, just full blown melted. And then just last night, it just fresh new snow. Everything is white again. And it went out in the morning, got my deer. We were in the stand for less than an hour. Boom. My heart was racing. It was amazing. And I'm so blessed for the deer. You honor the deer that is there to give you the meat, and it is incredible. And I think I'm going to have him hanging in the office. So obviously I'm going to mount him so I can honor him forever. And he's going to be hanging in the office. I'm super excited, but he is definitely going to be wearing some gold chains. So don't be alarmed when you come in and you see that. All right. So let's see. I can't see comments on the Facebook live. So if you're commenting on there, I cannot see it. I can attempt to try and see it on my computer some way. And then I do see some comments on the YouTube channel asking for help. So let's take a look at those. I'm watching all of your videos asking Santa for the gold package. Yes, we do have gift card options. So if you're like friends, family, I just want to pass my exam and this woman is the way to go. And she has over 3,000 5-star reviews, 90K subscribers on our YouTube channel. She is all about the first time pass. These are the videos that I need. This is all I want for Christmas is to pass my exam. You can give that to your family and they can get you the gift card, and that's going to get you the gold package. So check that out on the website. It's the same price. We did recently have a price increase, but I fought hard to barely increase it. So we, as the company has grown, I've had, we'd have to bring on team members and people who can help us out. And my new CEO, because I really, really want to just focus on creating content. We have a new CEO and he is like, we got to raise prices. And I'm like, I don't want to raise it. Oh, David, I just told him about my big buck this morning. David obviously has had much bigger bucks. And it's actually kind of sad because somebody just crashed into a buck and David drove by and he picked up the buck because obviously we're going to take that deer meat. And that buck is massive. I mean, his rack is massive. And he died like immediately. He went through the windshield. His skull is cracked. It's wild. But I mean, just massive rack of antlers. And then my little guy, I mean, he's good. It's good. It's a good deer. It was a good first buck, but he's so small compared to the one that was hit by the car. But honestly, we're taking care of that deer. We're eating that meat. So anyway, but David's on. You glowing. What's up, sexy? I love you. I told him about the office. I told him about the buck. I told him, that I'm super stoked to have the office so that you can't come bother me in the house anymore. Although you come and sit on the pink couch. Obviously, we have pink everything in here. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I was answering a question. Santa for the gold package. Yes. Make sure you get your gift card. It's on the website, insuranceexamqueen.com. I think we got a banner running across the top that click here to get a gift card so your family can buy you a gift card. Within 24 to 48 hours, we're going to get you the gold class series package and make sure that you're passing the exam on the first time. All right. Margie, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Marjorie, I love you. I love you too. Let's see. Please help me with Washington PC. I took it twice. Okay. So the thing about Washington is that it is a very intense exam because it's like 35% state law. So you have to like really, really, really know state law, and you have to really, really know everything else. Because so normally if we were to compare David, you want to join me on video? That could be dangerous, honey. You could get me kicked off of here. On the Facebook. So I'm up here on YouTube on the Facebook. David's asking to join. David, it's my husband. If you guys have watched enough videos, you should probably know that. He's the second. David. That cracks me up sometimes. Anyway, when I very first started the Insurance Exam Queen, I was married to a different David. But anyway, this is the best David. Third David's the best David. And Rhonda! Rhonda, what's up? Rhonda's in the house. Rhonda is one of the OGs from the very beginning. So anyway, what was I saying? Washington is all about state law, 35% state law. And if you were to compare, like, for example, let's say we take Texas, when it comes to the homeowner, like, how much do you need to know about homeowners? That's a pretty big, like, types of property policies is really big in Texas. Like 20% of the exam is coming from the property side of things. When you look at Washington, it's like you have to study the same amount of material, but only like 7% is coming from homeowners. So you need to know it all. You need to be prepared for all of it, but there's so few questions. That's why Kentucky also works this way too. It's just a lot of a harder of exam. I'm in the stand, can't talk. Okay, good. All right, he's out hunting as well. But you put request to join. You're going to stay quiet. You just want to be on video. You just want to make faces. No, you're probably going to flash somebody. So no, we're not going to do that. He is a big goofster, jokester, all of it. So with Washington, you have to know everything about everything, and you really have to know state law. So it's normal. So one of the first things I want to say to you, not that it will take you multiple times to pass, but just that it's normal to have to take it multiple times to pass. So one, I just want you to give yourself a lot of grace. It's really hard to pass that exam. Give yourself some grace. Really study state law. And honestly, I have never seen someone score higher than 25 out of 45 on state law. It's really hard to get there. So just do your very best that you can in the general insurance terms, policy provision, contract law, dwelling, homeowners. The more you can watch my videos, the better it's going to help you out in the Washington state exam. Let's see. Caitlin Piper, today I failed my Ohio life and health exam for the third time and I'm feeling really defeated. Any advice? First of all, what is meant for you cannot be taken from you. So if you are meant to pass this exam and you are meant to get this license and do the thing, you're going to do it. So the most important thing is you got to focus on your mindset, what you're thinking and what you're feeling. That's number one, because you can watch my videos and you can study all day long. But if you have a mindset that is focused on failing, you're likely to see a fail no matter how much you studied. So this is where you want to get your heart and your mind right. And I am taking this exam no matter what. I am passing this exam no matter what. I am doing this to change my financial future. I am doing this to change my family. I am doing this to enter a new career. And it's the most amazing thing for me. You can ask Mary, my friend right here. She's watching the live. She was working at the mall selling jewelry. Now she's an insurance agent. She absolutely loves her life and what she gets to do now and the freedom that she has. Number one best career she's ever had. I'm sure she could tell you that. And like you get to have that when you pass this test and when you have this license. So you want to like, I'm doing this no matter what. I decide this for myself no matter what. And also like harnessing calmness. And what I mean by that is like somebody had said the other day, I went in to take the test and I told myself I'm going to pass, but I'd be okay no matter what. Yes, that's the mindset. I'm going to be okay no matter what. If you feel like if I fail, it's the end of the world, that's not the mindset you want. You want to say, if I fail, I will still do what it takes to go after and pass this exam. I will still trust that what is meant for me will be there for me. And I will trust that everything is working out for my favor. Everything is working out for my greatest good, you know? And it's not like some people, you know, but, oh my God, it took me 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. We had somebody talk about 16 times before they were able to pass the exam. They kept going 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times. They're still going to the 16th time they passed the exam because they decided it was for them no matter what. And they went for it. And I know that there are some states that limit you, that, you know, like in Arizona, you get 4 attempts and that's it. But like, this is where you like, I trust that what's meant for me is going to be there for me. And I promise you, like, if you take multiple times to pass the exam, all you're doing is creating this incredible story where down the road you're going to meet someone who's like, oh, I'm trying to get into the insurance industry and I'm nervous about passing or nervous about failing, and you're going to get to tell them, I took it this many times and I passed, and it's been the greatest thing about my life, and I've made the most money that I've ever made, and I've had the best experiences that I've ever had. Mary's saying yes in the comments. She's saying best career ever, created financial freedom. Like, that's the opportunity that is available to you with this license, and all you got to do is pass the test, you know? So it's like deciding that this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm going after. I've got this. I'm studying. If you go into studying afraid of failing, do you think your mind is picking up what it needs to pick up to know what you need to pass the test? Oh, no, it's not. It is freaking out. It is worrying. It is fear-based, and it is not going to grab what you need to grab. So when you go into studying and you're afraid and you're terrified and you're freaking out, you're not going to pick up what you need to pick up. You need to go into studying feeling excited, feeling happy, feeling like, I got this. And that's why on the YouTube channel, I have the About to Study meditation audio. It's an audio that you can listen to that I'm pumping you up about the idea of studying and how you're going to remember everything you need to remember. You're going to learn what you need to learn. And I just set the tone for you to get super excited as you head on into studying. And if you enter studying with excitement, with joy, with hope, with, all the potential amazingness that can happen, you're bound to pick up way more, learn more, retain more. So I would encourage you, if you're feeling discouraged, it's not about more studying. It's about fixing and working on that mindset and your heart and your emotions and deciding if this is meant for you. You're going to do what it takes and you're going to be okay no matter what. Rhonda took many times. You can add, Rhonda's got a story of her own about passing the exam. When she signed up to work with me, so this was way back early when I was first getting started, and I offered one-on-ones. She could meet with me on Zoom every single day, and she charged that credit card. She paid $1,000 to be able to hang out with me every single day, learn the exam, and she failed, and she failed, and she failed. I forget how many times. And it was like we had to work on not just her studying and learning the information. We had to work on her fears, her emotions, her story around what she was telling herself. She even went back to a time where she was like in first grade and like she had this bad experience, and she realized that she was carrying this weight from such a long time ago when it came to taking the test. And then she decided to take the test completely. She's like, I'm going to go to a completely different place. I'm going to stay at a beautiful Airbnb. It's going to be a totally different experience. It ended up being the best thing ever. And then she passed the exam. Like, you have to trust that your journey is the journey for a reason, that whatever you're going through is exactly everything you need to go through to be who it is you want to be where it is you want to go in your life. Like a sturdy tree is not created by like beautiful breeze, like by perfect weather. Like, you, in order to be a strong and sturdy tree, you have to endure a storm time and time again so that you build the strength to stand tall and steady. For some reason, as humans, we think that everything should be easy. And if it's not easy, there's something wrong, especially something wrong with us. But like, it's literally the struggle of life is what makes our success so sweet. If Rhonda had passed the first time, it'd be like, oh, that was easy peasy, no big deal. It would have meant like nothing to her. But I tell you, when she finally passed the exam, it was literally like the most biggest celebration ever because of the journey that she endured to get to that point, to make it happen. And all of that was serving her in her favor to be the human, the woman that she wants to be on this planet. And I will tell you, as I'm going through that right freaking now in my business, when I tell you, like, I'm literally at war, I am literally at freaking war. And I can't quite talk about it, but I will tell you, like, I am going through so many trials and tribulations right now when it comes to the business, when it comes to me, when it comes to, growing and accelerating and doing the things that I want to do on this planet to make the planet a better place for everybody. And like, I could sit here and I could cry and I can complain and I could think that it's so hard and I could crawl on the floor and cry because there's a person out there who's dead set on lying and like going in that direction and trying to prove that I am something that I'm not. And it's like, I could crumble and I could cry and I could be on the floor and I could use this as a reason to stop being a business owner, to stop being an entrepreneur, to stop shining my light. All of these things could, in the wrong but right mindset, I could use it to crumble me. I could use it to destroy me. But instead, I'm like, no, this is more evidence that I need to continue doing what I'm doing. And I know that this storm is only going to make me stronger. A sailor is not a good sailor if he never faces the wind and the waves. He has to embrace the wind and the waves, and he's got the calmness, and he just does it, and he just handles it, and he does what he needs to do through the storm, knowing that storms pass. The storm will always pass. You know, when you think about like a buffalo, buffaloes are the one animals that will walk into the storm because they know if they walk into the storm is moving past them. And if they're walking into it, they're going to have less storm time than if they were to run away from the storm, because the storm is just going to keep chasing them. They're like, I'd rather walk into it, get it done over, get it done faster, and be stronger for it on the other side than to fall and to crumble and think that my life is ruined and over because I failed my test, right? Like this, so much of this exam is not about you studying and learning. It's about you becoming the person you want to be in your life. I know we want to be strong. We want to be capable. We want to be empowered. We want to be confident, but we crumble when we see the word fail. That's not giving us strength. That's not giving us power. That's not giving us courage. The courage is to do the thing even when we see the fail. The courage is to get up again and take the test again and not be afraid about how many times I took it. It doesn't matter how many times you take it. It matters that you pass it. And you can't pass it unless you keep going for it, unless you keep making it happen. Now, obviously, studying is important. And that's why I outlined all the videos for you and everything that you need to study and the things you need to memorize, and I make it fun and I make it enjoyable and I make it easy to learn and I make it easy to understand. So you got that in the bag. Like that's the easy part. The most difficult part is you deciding that this is what you want and you're going to do it no matter what. And you're going to make it a priority and you're going to see what's on the other side. Like what's crazy is like back even when I was this young little, it's like the wildest journey, like me going hunting. So at the very beginning, if you guys have joined me later on, at the very beginning, I talk about today, I hunted my buck. And the very first time I got a buck, and I love hunting and it's amazing. And it's a part of our lifestyle. But like, I grew up in the city. Like I grew up in the city. Hunting was not a thing. And if you had asked 14-year-old me, would you ever go hunting? I'd be like, ew, that's gross. Who would kill a deer? That was my mindset at 14, right? Then, because of my life and because of situations, because I want to be the strongest person ever, God is like, I'm going to put you in a storm. And I am sent to an abusive boarding school in Montana as a 15-year-old. So I'm in this place where, she has me washing dishes for a family of 15 3 times a day to the point my hands are bleeding and cracked. And when I go to school, it's like I can't even hold my pencil properly, and I'm bleeding on my paperwork because my hands are cracked, because that's how she wanted to destroy you as a person and break you down, where she would have me wash dishes all day long. And then she was mad at me one time and she had me wash the floor, poured straight ammonia right in front of my face onto the floor, and I had to scrub it. And I was on that floor for over 8 hours while everyone else was in school. I was scrubbing the floor as a 15-year-old. And I took some rags and I put them under my knees because my knees hurt from being on the linoleum floor all day. And then I got in trouble for that. And then I got extra days of having to scrub the floor, right? But in that place, one of the things that we did was hunting. So because it was a ranch in Montana, Pine Haven Christian Children's Ranch. You guys can look it up. We have tried to take it down. There's all kinds of stuff on it. But that place taught me how to hunt. It was a thing that we all did. And because I was in that place, because it was something we did, I hunted. Like I didn't, like it was like, I'm going to do what everyone is doing. It's a one way to get out of the house and get out of, scrubbing the floors if I go hunting, right? Because they wanted to get in all the animals that they could to feed all of us, And I never would have hunted if I wasn't put in that situation, right? And then for years, I avoided hunting. I avoided all of that because it also was attached to the memory of being in that place. But like there was a piece of me that liked it. It's from my ancestors. Like my grandpa was this massive hunter. And because I went hunting at that boarding school, the year that I got out, I went hunting with my grandpa when I was 18. I graduated and I got out. And the very next hunting season, I was with my grandpa hunting. And I'm the only grandchild who ever hunted with him. And it was one of the most important things about his life was being a hunter. And forever, like I get to have that memory with my grandpa. And had I not gone to that boarding school in that crazy situation, I never would have been a hunter. And now I've experienced healing and I've experienced, growth and evolution. And now it's like, I love that I get to be a hunter and I take back the difficulties of going through that boarding school. And it's like, and I've made so much peace with it. And now it's like, I love living in the wilderness, just like we did at the boarding school. And there was pieces of me that tried to avoid it for a long time because there were so many negative memories attached to it, but there was so much beauty in it too. Like every single day I got to look out our window and see the mountains. It was absolutely beautiful, mind-blowingly beautiful. The place that we were in Montana was absolutely stunning. And I got to see that every day. And that was one of the anchors that I had. I was like, no matter how difficult this journey is, like I look at what I get to look at. I focused on what was good and what was beautiful and what was available to me. I spent a lot of time planning my future while I was in that place. I was literally imprisoned as a teenager, child slavery, child trafficking, real. I'm literally a child who was trafficked, and people don't listen to the children who were trafficked, but that's besides the point. I was literally a trafficked child living in this prison of a system under the guise of religion and all this craziness, scrubbing floors with ammonia being poured in front of my face, scooping manure for days on end. And this was where I lived from the ages of 15 to 17. And I just looked at the mountains every single day. I'm just looking at the mountains. How beautiful is this place? How wonderful. I get to be here. I get to see this, right? So I didn't focus on the abuse. I didn't focus on the awful things I was going through. I didn't focus on how I was trying to get out of there. I just was like, look at how beautiful these mountains are. And I just started thinking about all the things I got to do when I got out of that place. That was where I spent all my mind. So instead of thinking of all terrible, awful things, most of my mind was focused on what I get to do when I leave and how beautiful this place is, and focusing on, sometimes you could see the waterfall from the mountain. Like it is literally the most beautiful thing in the world being in that place. And it was like the most traumatic place ever. Like how both things can coexist. So like we get to choose what we focus on. And that is where our power as human beings is what we focus on grows. So I focused on beauty and my life grew to have more beauty in it. I could have focused on the pain. I could have focused on the abuse. I could have focused on, all the ugliness that also came in that place, but I focused on the beauty. So like we have to choose what we focus on. We have to choose what we feed our mind. We have to choose, in our, whatever it is we're going through in our life, we have to make a decision about what we are focused on, and what we focus on grows. What we focus on becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. So when you focus on the things that suck, the things that are awful, the things that are whatever, they grow and they grow. And that's also one of the reasons why I will not focus on politics. I just won't do it. It doesn't serve me. It doesn't help me feel better. It doesn't light up my life. I have no control over what these people decide to do. So why spend my time and energy on it until I have enough money to be in the game? Because that's essentially what politics are. It's just people with money. We haven't changed from being kings and queens. Just because we have titles like president and stuff like that doesn't mean it's not all rich people playground. That's all politics are. So I'm like, I'm not even going to worry about it. All it does is try to divide us and try to get us fighting so that we're not paying attention to what they're actually doing, or we're not actually harnessing our own personal power. You have so much personal power. And when you're wasting it on thinking about things that suck, on things that are terrible, on things that are hard, on things that are whatever, without realizing that you can be focusing on beauty, you can be focusing on growth, you could be focusing on evolution, you could be focusing on on the little children, whatever it is that you have, like, oh my gosh, I've seen so many mothers, and I'm not here to shame anybody. Please, I'm not shaming you. But based on circumstances and conditions, I get it. I've seen so many mothers stressed out and frazzled by motherhood, like just really, really stressed out and like exhausted to the bone every single day and just kind of hating their situation and then taking it out on their kids. And I'm like, when I see my daughter, it reminds me of why I want to be an amazing person, of why I want to continue to better myself and grow and evolve. And I cherish her. And I just cry when I see how beautiful she is and how amazing she is. And yes, I have hard moments. Yes, there are times where I'm like, God, why did you just do that? And then I breathe. We have those moments, but like what we focus on grows. And so we have to focus on what is on the other side. I know this was like a whole freaking sermon, but like focus on what is on the other side of passing that exam. Not focusing on what if I fail, focusing on what if I pass? What if passing was my default setting? What if entering the career and making more money than I ever made was the number one thing on my mind instead of what if I get another fail? What you focus on grows. Okay. Let me go to answer some other questions. Hi, I'm new here. I'm going to take the auto insurance exam in a few weeks. Any tips? Get gold. So on my website, we sell, the main thing that you want to get is our videos. You have YouTube, and you can absolutely, by all means, watch YouTube. But if you want to know exactly what I should watch, in what order should I watch it, gold. Okay. And we have options. You can get standard gold, $99. It comes with student notes that match the videos, 30 plus hours of videos, everything you need to know to learn. People can pass with just gold. Okay. Unless you're in a state that has a lot of state law, there's a handful of them like Washington and West Virginia. Almost everybody could pass with just gold alone. Okay. Now, we also have options where you can get gold and you can get your state law study guide. This will give you the exact numbers that you need for your state so that you can study your state numbers. Then you can also get Gold Plus Live, which will give you the videos. It'll give you your state law, and it will give you live classes that you can attend. So we have instructors. We have Peter, we have Steve, and sometimes every once in a while I jump in there and I will teach a class. I don't have any on the schedule right now because I'm really focused on state approved right now, building content behind the scenes. But we have live classes. And then we also have the platinum option where you can speak to Steven and I all day long as you're studying. We have a Telegram group where you can literally chat and ask questions, and we support you. And, we give you the confidence, and we break down questions for you. We give you examples, whatever it is that you need. You have like a tutor in your pocket when you get the platinum, and that's available on the website. We range in price from $99 to $299. I don't want to say the wrong prices because I messed up on that the other day. But $99 to $299 to get, so you can go from gold to platinum, and in between you can add your study guide, you can add live classes, or you can just go all the way for platinum. And again, we have the gift card available on the website. If you can't get it yourself, ask your friends and family. I want to be a licensed insurance agent. These are the videos that I need to pass. Here's the link to buy my gift card. Buy it for me, and then I can pass. Okay. All right. Also, if you need to know exactly what you need to know to pass the exam, if you go into our Facebook group, I have a state law guide, not a state law guide, sorry. I have a what's important for my state for every state. So you can click on your state and you can get this beautiful PDF typed up about what's important for your state and what you need to know. I'm in North Carolina and I have tried twice on the Pearson VUE testing. Ugh, I was so devastated. I'm trying so hard, but it's information overload. Please help me. If you focus on the videos, that's the main stuff. That is the highly tested. That's what you need to know. Focus on the videos and work on your mindset. Trust that this is for you, that you can do this, that you can accomplish this. Let's see. I have been working on this office for 5 months, no experience, and I'll be taking the auto insurance exam. Any tips or advice? Gold. I think I already answered that one. All right, cool. What should I get for insurance adjuster, property and casualty in Georgia? So we have an adjuster's gold. So adjusters is property and casualty plus adjusting. I will teach you the property and casualty side. We have Angela who is teaching the adjuster side, and all of those videos will get you prepared. It's available for purchase on the website. I believe it's like $159, but double check the website to confirm on that. What course do I need to purchase for Life and Health Alabama? I think so. Gold is going to be the very best. Now, Alabama, I believe, still does require pre-licensing, or they recently changed. I forget. All the states are changing right now. Like, oh my God, California, the most like state law thing ever. California is actually eliminating pre-licensing starting January 1. So if you are in California, you are no longer required to take an Excel, Kaplan, 80 Banker course starting January 1. You will still need to take them for a ethics course where basically you just have to read it for 12 hours and then you get the credit and you're done. But you no longer have to take ExamFX, Kaplan, 80 Banker. You can actually just take my videos in California and pass the exam. So that's super cool. I think Alabama recently changed too. So let me double check Alabama. But if you're in a state that requires state approval, state approved course, you're going to have to take that. But you can, my videos will teach you everything that is important inside of that state. There we go. State pre-license requirements. Let me find it for Alabama. Alabama. Oh, they give me a map and I have to pick it. Okay. So I have to know where Alabama is on the map. Alabama does not require. Okay. So technically, if you're in Alabama, all you would need is, I would get gold plus at a bare minimum, because you're going to get gold. You're going to get all the videos of the most tested topics. And then you're going to get a state law document that will teach you exactly Alabama state law. So you don't have to get Excel. You don't have to get ExamFX. If you still want a full-blown course, then you can get Excel using my coupon code, a link. It's not a coupon code anymore. I can link it in the Facebook because it's saved on my phone. But if you need it and you don't have it, you can email us support. It's on our website, but support@insuranceexamqueen.com. We can get you the link for Excel, but it's also on our website too. And you can get an Excel course for they sell for $190. They sell for $199. Using my link, you can get it for $190, and then you'll also get gold for free. So it's a way of getting the state approved course and then also my videos together for the cheapest price available on the internet. Because most of you already got Kaplan, Excel, 80 Banker, then you come to me, it's $99 to get all my videos and stuff. So yeah, thank you. So gold should work without Excel. Yeah, if you don't have to get anything in Alabama, but I would get gold plus at a minimum for the state law stuff. Is there any change for Washington law? I don't know if you have to take pre-licensing. Washington. But Washington is just really heavy in state law. You don't have to take it. So you're not required to take a state approved course for Washington, but it's so heavy on state law that you definitely need to have the state laws. And you generally get the state laws in a state approved course, but we now sell them. You can get a state law guide from us and we'll give you the exact numbers for your state law. I'm not quitting. I just need a break. So yes, this journey is the journey. Like, trust your journey. Trust what you're doing. There's been people who walked away for a little bit and then they come back and then they pass it. What's meant for you is it will always be for you. Like, even in the course of this business, if I were to take the time to go on another little rant here, but like at the very beginning, I was approached by a company who works in the exam prep space, and there was an opportunity and it seemed like it was going to be really great, really awesome. And then it totally fell through. And then we come back and now we're 3 years later and it's epically better in my favor in a million different ways. What could happen between this partnership. And it is like crazy. It's like sometimes we think we lose something, but it's not that we're losing it. It's that it's getting better for us. That something more magical is happening. When we lose something, the trust of like that left because it wasn't in my best alignment. That left because there's something even better. And so we trust that. So let's say, for example, you're in Arizona and you only have 4 attempts and you fail all 4 attempts and you have to wait an entire year before you can take it again. The right mindset is saying, there's a lot. This year is going to be the year that I conquer and become the most amazing, best person that I've ever been, so that when I take it again, I'm so ready to be an insurance agent. Maybe in that year, you meet someone else and it's like you realize, oh my God, working with them would be way better than working where I originally thought I was going to be working. Like, if you trust that everything will always come together for your greatest good and you move in that fashion, instead of making decisions based on fear, then things will work out for your greatest good. It's like when you make moves from fear, that's when you end up with more problems, more things that you have to clean up, more lies that you have to cover up, more issues that you have to deal with. But when you operate from, I have so much personal power and I'm going to tap into it and I'm going to use it and I'm not going to rely and leech off of other people. I'm going to use my own freaking personal power to build the greatest freaking life that I possibly can. And I trust that everything is working in my favor without me having to steal, without me having to leech, without me having to take from other people. Magical things happen in your life when you own that personal power. And anyone at any time can own that personal power when they make a choice to decide to stop living in fear and to start living in that personal power. You can make that choice right freaking now and move into that direction. And I would salute you and applaud you and cheer you. Make that freaking choice for yourself. Okay. I was 7 points away when I took it in 2023. I'm ready to take it again. Do it. Woo! You got this. Any advice on Texas? Gold, 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 gold. Gold is the very best for Texas. We actually just looked at analytics and Texas is our #1 customer. So people in Texas are buying our product left and right. If you were to go to our 5-star reviews, I ask people to say what state they're in. So you could see how many people put Texas in there. And it is so amazing and wonderful. Let's see. I used Kaplan in the bronze, a pass with a 78. Woo! So that's amazing. So if you can't get the $99 gold, we have 29 bronze. We have 59 silver. So they're a little bit less if you need to pay less. And there's videos that will teach you. Bronze is like a quick review of everything. Silver, a little bit deeper. Gold is a full-blown teaching of everything you need to know. So make that choice for what's right for you. Okay. I'm getting close to, I need to make sure I ship off this package to my eldest. So I'm going to focus on that. Let's see. I think I answered all the questions in YouTube. Any major questions? A lot of the answer is get gold, get gold, get gold, get gold, get gold, get gold. Gold is where it's at. Gold is where you want to be able to pass the exam. And let's see. I don't see. Let me double check I think I've been seeing all the Facebook groups, not mine. I'm from Texas. Did you have a different question? Will Gold Plus also give you definitions of all the state laws we need to know? Yeah. So it'll teach you, misrepresentation, rebating, coercion, all of that stuff like that. Thank you. And any changes for Illinois law for health? No, Illinois, I don't think Illinois has recently changed anything. Let me see. I couldn't figure out what I wanted for Christmas. Came across your YouTube and Hubs is buying me Gold Plus. Yes. Celebrate that, hubby. He knows how to take care of you. Okay. I'm trying to catch your comment, but scrolling is tricky over here. All right. Let me see if I can see it on actual Facebook. No, it doesn't let me see them. It's weird. It only shows me like the last few. Working right now as you are speaking, living my dream. Thanks to Melissa. Yes, Rhonda is living her dream right now. Best decision ever. Okay, I feel like I'm going to the top. Can't wait to start my life and health Gold Plus after the new year. Woo! Let me see. I'm not okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, I'm just reading the comments. Every time I try to scroll down, it just pops me back up. So it's hard for me to see them. But Get Gold is the biggest, best answer. Get Gold, get Gold, get Gold. It teaches you all the most common, most sets of topics in a way that's easy, fun to understand, to learn the material. Get Gold. I'm excited for you. All right. I am sending you guys all the loves, all the vibes to pass the exam. You guys have an amazing day. And again, congrats to me on my first buck. I'm super stoked. I'll probably post a picture in the comments if you guys want to see, because I'm not actually active on my Facebook page right now. Like my main Facebook page, I am taking a sabbatical because I am highly focused on on creating state approved content and not creating Facebook content. So I feel like when I am like when we're like really, really state approved, ready to pull that lever and push out our state approved courses, then I might jump back on Facebook. I'm just only on Facebook here in the group where it's important. All right. I love you all. Have an amazing day. Bye.